WBAI in New York, 99.5 FM and WBAI.org on the web. Listener-sponsored community radio since 1960. And I'm also here with Slaag founder, the Slaggerist one, the Slaag daddy, Glenn Thornton, as well as Slaag record artist, Eddie Nicholas. And we were talking...
What up, people?
And we was talking to Anthony Smith, who is the founder of the Lincoln Park Music Festival. Had a nice little chat talking about the history of the event and how all these individuals are involved with this event, and it's really a good event to check out, and hopefully you'll be able to go this weekend and check it out, because you got not one, not two, but 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Four days. And it's going to cover everything from gospel to jazz to house music and hip-hop as well. So that's definitely something worth checking out in Newark, New Jersey. And in fact, it's really easy to go there. All you have to do is just go over and take either the PATH train or the New Jersey Transit to Newark Penn Station. And I think it's walking distance.
It is actually in walking distance.
It is walking
about
distance.
A 2-mile walkway, if even that.
Not even that long.
Not that long.
Right. And the NJ Pack is just like, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like right behind it, as far as I know. But also, now we had this little chit chat here, and I did something that I haven't done in a while. Not mention anything about raising money, and we're in the middle of raising money again. Now, for those people who are saying, who listen to this show, who listen to WBAI, and asking, Reggie, really? Again? You're raising money again? Really? Well, what can I tell you guys? I mean, the situation is serious. I mean, as you know, we're still recovering from Hurricane Sandy. We were one of those organizations that got rocked hard by Hurricane Sandy. As you know by now, we're in temporary studios courtesy of WHCR, Harlem Community Radio, in City College in Harlem. And we were previously over at 120 Wall Street for maybe about almost 15 years there. And Hurricane Sandy came around and just knocked up, we was just knocked on our ass on that. And the building 120 Wall Street was, because it was the flood. Let me give you a backstory on this. When the hurricane came in, the flood was so bad, the water was so bad, the water surge was so bad that, you ever seen those traffic lights in Manhattan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the traffic light was underwater. The traffic light was underwater, and which means that the surge was up to like about 20 feet. Mm-hmm. Which is almost 2 stories, and because of that, we had a drive back in October, and that totally disrupted our drive for about a month, and we was already teetering financially as it was already, but once Hurricane Sandy came around, we were just over the edge. It was just like, like that. And so now we could no longer afford the high rent over at 120 Wall Street, because 120 Wall Street, we was paying market rent right now. Before we was paying like really non-profit rent, mm-hmm. But now market rent is about 4 times the amount of non-profit rent. And because of that, we had to find another place, and thank goodness WHCR was able to help us. And again, I've mentioned this many times before. I commend these guys. I appreciate everything they have done, and they're still helping us out, and which is just amazing. And I really, really, really hope that we continue on with this relationship. Now, now going back to the financial situation, yeah, we're in a deep hole and we need your help. And usually I would have a premium, but I'm not asking. I don't have any premiums. I have nothing. All I'm asking for people to do either two things: become either a WBAI buddy, and you can do so by going to the website, give the number 2 WBAI.org, give to WBAI.org, or donate to the Transmitter Fund, which is 516-620-3602. Once again, 516-620-3602. Now, you got a whole hour. You had a whole hour of non-interrupting, not me asking for money during this whole interview, and I'm pretty sure that this may be one of these few times that I'm actually going to be asking for money, because we're going to go back into this discussion with Eddie and Glenn and all this other good stuff. And hang in there. This is one of these moments where when I have live guests here, I have like an individual like Glenn who can be, well, animated.
Verbose.
and he makes sure that he is not boring. I mean, that it's like boring. Glenn, I shan't not.
I almost thought about making myself the premium.
Oh, really?
Right.
Really?
But, that means I'd have to stick around past 5 a.m.
Oh, really? Oh. I don't know. I don't know if the listening audience is ready for you, man.
They're ready. Somebody out there is ready.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
See, you asked me how did I meet this man.
Well, I was going to start. Well, you know what? Since we're gonna, let me give the number again: 516-620-3602. 516-620-3602, or become a buddy, a WBAI buddy. And once again, a BAI buddy is a person who pledges incremental amounts as little as $10 a month, and it'll be taken out of your bank account or credit card or debit card or whatever you choose, and you make sure that you are a sustaining member, a sustaining financial supporter of this radio station. And really, and to be honest with you guys, this is the future. This is really the future of where radio should be. Non-profit radio should go, because the more people that get on this buddy system, the less of me talking to you about pledging for money is very likely. And it's possible because someone was doing the math and they have calculated that we need about 15,000 BAI buddies in order for that to happen. And you know what that means for WBA, for 15,000 people becoming a BAI buddy? That means that rather for us being on 100, maybe 120 times a year asking for money, it will be like maybe 2-3 weeks out of the year. Really, it is. I know, it's crazy. It used to be a time where the drives used to last for like 2 weeks. Now they're lasting for a month. Well, if you become a buddy, that can all change again for the good. It can all change for the good. Okay, now.
So pledge that money.
Yeah.
Pledge that money.
Yes. Thank you, Eddie. Now, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you, how, in the wide world of sports, you know a character such as Glenn Thornton?
Over cocktails.
Over cocktails.
Met over cocktails. But actually, I don't know. It's just like Glenn has always been an extension. Both of us New Jersey boy. He's West Orange, correct, Glenn? West Orange area? Where you from, originally?
Northern Jersey.
Well, he's going to say Northern Jersey.
Yeah, I was born in Hudson County with the accent, but raised in Essex County.
Yes. And so he's a fellow Essex County person. But I met Glenn some years back.
Right.
At first, I don't think Glenn knew that I sang. But somehow he had caught wind, and he was one of the first ones that picked up, I believe, my second record, my second solo solo project.
Okay.
The first one I did was with Gladys Pizarro on Strictly Rhythm Records.
Oh, okay.
And that was You Make Me Carry On.
Okay.
And the track that Glenn picked up, I had originally written for Harley and Muscle out of Italy. The song was entitled Groovin'.
Okay.
So Glenn picked that up. We were interested in doing something with it. Things didn't work out as we wanted. So we did what any other good producer would do and good singer would do. We did what we had to do, and the track was released. So that was my first single, and now I'm up to, I think this is my 5th one with Slaag Records, if I'm not mistaken. My 5th release.
Your 5th release.
With Glenn. Mm-hmm.
I see. And then and everything since then, and what they say, and that's...
Well, he's earned his name Slaag Daddy very well.
He is.
For the mere fact that, first and foremost, Glenn is a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, secondly, when he believes in a project or someone, he sticks with his guns. I've been blessed to have the opportunity to work with Glenn. Basically, Glenn is my father label. I work with 2 other people. I work with Adam Cruz for Mixtape Sessions, and I also work with Rashman Mantree from Mantree Records. And I've done other projects outside of Slaag Records, but when it comes to me being recognized as an artist, I fall under the Slaag label.
Right, right. So how long have you been an artist? I mean, in general. I mean, how long? What you know what? I'll do even better than that. What started this bug becoming an artist? Who was your inspiration originally?
Well, see, I'm getting ready to date myself now.
That's all right.
Because I'm a disco baby.
Well, you know what?
So, you know, all of that music coming from the 70s, even so far back as the 60s. I'm a 60s baby. So, you know, going back to the days of the jukebox, emanating Diana Ross and the Supremes, the Temptations, Gladys Knight and the Pips, getting those harmonies and all of that type of stuff together. Once disco hit, that was the bug, and I just knew that I wanted to sing that type of music. So I was always doing like little stuff in the background, and in 1994, that's when I had the opportunity to work with 95 North. I worked with Philip Ramirez. I did a couple of tracks with them, All Right, and Free Your Soul, something Free Your Soul, something like that. Sell Your Soul. With Me, John Man. Those were on 95 North. And then from that, I just had the opportunity to branch off and do other background work that people don't know. And I've sang on some big records, but because they did not know who I was, you know, I have no recognition. But the thing was that I was grateful, and that was the start of what I did. I actually started in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was in college in Richmond. And then I lived in Richmond for 9 years. And
Virginia Commonwealth?
The Commonwealth, yes.
The Commonwealth,
down there.
yeah.
Richmond, the
Richmond,
capital.
Right. Yes, yes.
So I was down there. And that's where I originally did my first track, again, going back to You Make Me Carry On. That was the very first one that I did. And I wrote that in Virginia. And we sent it up.
It's supposed to have a real a house scene down in Richmond, Virginia. So
Well,
kind of used to.
yes, you should use the right word, kind of. It's growing.
It's growing.
It's growing because, again, with Richmond being on the Eastern Corridor,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and college students and the various cities, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., all within transit, Baltimore, all of that stuff in transit, you get a cross-section of people. And now, especially with dance music, now that dance music is once again blowing up in different areas, Virginia is starting to do little things. They've been doing things for years. I was part of this club called Club Colors down in Richmond, Virginia, and I was the one responsible for helping to get DJs down there. Carlton Roseborough, I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I know Carlton.
Carlton, used to bring him down there. A couple of cats from the Tidewater area.
Lollipop Productions.
Yep, you got it.
He used to
And
work
so,
with Tony Humphries.
And, you know, and I was responsible, especially when vinyl was heavy. I would come and go to places like Vinyl Mania, Moving On Records, and purchase records and bring them back downstairs to play. So I was very instrumental in trying to get that stuff done. But that was my first start.
Okay, well that's a good thing. So Mr. Thornton, the Slaggerist one.
Indeed.
How is it working with Eddie?
It's been a wonderful joy for all of these years. I first met Eddie.
Fingers it to him.
No, we've had a great run and a great time putting out records and doing some traveling and doing shows and just making it happen and making it work constantly with the amount of music that we've done. So
yeah, we've had the opportunity to actually travel the world together.
Have you?
So yes,
Which is
Amsterdam. Amsterdam is one.
the Amsterdam
Dance music.
Okay.
ADE.
ADE, right.
So we're going there, and this one right here, he just got back from Rome, Italy, and Croatia. I'm so jealous, but hey, you do what you got to do to get there. And I'll be joining him next year,
That's
though.
all right.
I'll be joining him next year.
That's all right. I mean, look, I know this man. I know this individual here for a while, a long while, and we have discussions on air and off air on each of our excursions and things, and so I'm fully aware and confident of his ability of handling his business, his slagger delicacies.
yes, as I would usually say, grab a snack and a cocktail and screw your wig on tight, because it's about to get a foray into all things slaggerous.
Oh yes, that's definitely oh yes.